David, Jack, all the Flat Cap Army. How are we all doing? Very happy after a hard fought win against Burnley. I thought we certainly deserved the win. I think the stats will bear that out. Very unlucky not to score a few more. Their keeper Pope pulled out some really excellent saves, and we had a couple other near misses. And in fairness, I think that was a clear penalty, and Harry stuck it away absolutely brilliantly. So, while it was a little bit nervy at the end, I think we saw the game out really well. I thought, in fairness, the defence played very, very well because Burnley were throwing everything at us, to get a draw. I thought Hugo played very well, claimed some important balls at the end of the game, and I thought, in fairness, like with a very short turnaround time from the previous game, which would have been very draining, kind of both physically and emotionally, I thought the whole squad did really, really well. And again, with reports of illness in the camp and only, I think, only about 14 or 15 senior players left in the squad, it was really one just you had to grind out. So we'll take the 3 points all day long because that's all we needed. And as I said, on another day we might have won 3 or 4-0. But when it was only 1-0, we did have to see the game out, and it was a little bit nervy there towards the end. But I have to say I saw a little bit of a change compared to previous Spurs games that I'd have been used to well over the years, winning 1-0, with 10 or 15 minutes to go, and you see set pieces, and you just know, there's going to be a goal or a header or a mistake. And in fairness now, the lads absolutely, to a T, kept them out and defended really, really well. And I could see a little bit of a change in that kind of, I suppose, in that kind of mentality in our team and in our squad. And to be honest with you, that's all coming from the top. It's all coming from Antonio Conte. You could even see there, it was about 10 or 15 minutes to go, and the crowd were getting a little bit edgy. And again, I'd have been used to hearing that even at matches previously where, only 1-0 up and, give away a couple of sloppy passes or a couple of set pieces go against us, and you can nearly sense the tension and the murmurings in the crowd and all that. And what he did is he raised the whole crowd up, turned the whole atmosphere around again, got everybody singing again, and the fans actually, in fairness to them, really played their role in the game in general, but also in the last 10 or 15 minutes by getting behind the team. And I think actually it's going to be really important for us going forwards to sort out that, I suppose, that home crowd, energy, enthusiasm, and singing for the lads, even when it's 0-0, even when we go 1-0 down. In fact, that's probably when they need you even more, So I can sense kind of a sea change in that, and everybody is talking about the atmosphere at the North London Derby, and it was almost like the rebirth of the stadium, which is fantastic. And again, in fairness, the crowd, even for an early kickoff, did something very similar or approaching to it for the Burnley game, because those 3 points were absolutely vital as well. So fair play to everybody who was at the ground and contributing and getting behind the lads, because I've no doubt that positive energy helped see them through, And a big shout out, if I could just plug, 2 movements that are going on with Spurs Song Sheet, who are, coming up with some excellent songs for all the players, and also THFC Flags that have raised some money there to get some large flags into the ground as well, and which is fan led, and which will contribute to the atmosphere and the stadium even more so again next year. So like Conte said in his interview, look, the stadium has to become a fortress, and no one will be coming to our ground expecting anything, and we will send them home. So that's what we've got to look forward to next year. And between now and then, look, we have to see out the job now next weekend and hope for a bit of a favour now from Newcastle or Everton, and fingers crossed on that, and we'll see it out against Norwich next week. So lads, great times, great 3 points against Burnley, and now we drive it on and finish out the season on a high. And I have to say, it was great to see a win for the lads on the last home game of the season, and all the families coming out, and just a really good feel-good factor going into next season around the stadium for the last game. So all really important, all positive momentum, and the small details like that can often make a huge difference. So onwards and upwards, lads. Come on, you Spurs, and I'll talk to you soon.